Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to math. Last class, we were dealing with adding and subtracting of complex numbers. Today, we are still doing the same thing. The only difference is last class was adding and subtracting. Today, we're doing multiplication. Okay? The rule to remember here today is remember that a few videos ago, okay, we covered a rule that if you combine two i's when adding and subtracting, I'm not adding and subtracting, but multiplication, should I say. When you're multiplying two numbers that have an I, usually becomes I squared because they're both ones. I squared, if you guys remember, is -1. Okay, it transferred into a -1. Keep that rule in mind because you're gonna need it today. Okay. Again, I'm not gonna have a title up here because we're still doing complex numbers. The only difference is multiplication instead of adding and subtracting. Okay, so it's still the same title. It's just this time we're doing multiplication. So here's the example. We have 2 minus 5i times -4 plus 2i. Okay, that's the example. We're going to do something called FOIL. Okay, it's a simple version of saying that term, which is multiplying binomials. Okay, an easier way to say it, FOIL. You might ask yourself, what is FOIL? FOIL is the way we say it when we're trying to say the steps we're going to do on a problem. So we have FOIL. Okay. We have first, outer, inner, and then last. Okay. So we have first, outer, inner, last. That's what FOIL comes from. Okay. The way we execute this, okay, the way we do FOIL. Again, this is just telling you the steps you're going to do. So first means that you're going to first multiply the first one on each set of numbers, okay? So you're going to multiply the first set on this one, which is 2. So we're going to multiply 2 times the first one here, which is -4, okay? Outer means that we're going to multiply the outer numbers now, okay? Now we're going to multiply the two outer numbers, which is the outer here, the outer of the set. Think of this the house, the outside walls. So we have the outer and the outer, okay? Outer here. Then we have inner. Think of our house still. We have the inside of it. So we have the inside of the house and the inside of the house. Think of it as one house, just the outside walls, all the inside. So inner means the two insides. And then finally, last means the last of both sets, which is the last number here and the last number on this other set. Okay? So again, first is the first one on each set, the outer rims of the sets, inner rim of the sets, and then the last, okay, which is the two last pieces of your sets, okay? All right, guys, now that you know the rules of how it works, how FOIL works, remember, make sure you have everything written down on your notes. We're going to actually solve for it, okay? Again, the first thing we have to do is first, which again is the first one with the first one of the second set, right? That's 1. So we have 2 times -4, which is -8. Okay? Then we have outer which is the outside, with the outside of the other one, which is 2. So we have 2 times 2, which is 4i. So plus 4i, because 2 times 2 is 4. Then we have inner, which is negative 5i times negative 4. Negative and negative makes it positive. 4 or 5 times 4 is 20. And then the I, keep the I. Notice I only put I because there's only one. And then finally, we're going to do last, which is the outer ones on both, which is the outer times the outer, which that is number 4. Okay? If we're to put a 3 on the other one. So now that we have the fourth one, we have negative 5 times positive 2. Negative times positive is negative, right? So we have minus 5 times 2 is 10. Notice that we're multiplying 2 i's, okay? There's a 1 here and 1 here. 1 plus 1 is 2, so we say I squared. Now all we have to do is reduce it, okay? Combine as much as we can. We keep the negative 8 for now because notice that everything has an I. So for now, we'll just keep the negative 8. 4 plus 20. Notice they both have one I. When that happens, when you're adding and subtracting, just keep the I, okay? So you have 4 plus 20, so plus 24i minus 10. Notice that we have the negative and then we have an I squared, okay? We have the negative 10. This, again, remember, what was the rule for a negative? Or not a negative, an I squared? It was negative 1, right? So we're going to multiply the 10 times negative 1. Negative 10 times negative 1, negative and negative, makes it positive, right? So we have 10. Bring down the rest, negative 8, plus 24i. Okay? And then the 10 was positive. We're almost done, okay? Notice we're not completely done because we still have a negative 8 and a 10. Okay? We're going to combine them. I'm going to keep the 24i as it is. So 24i, because you cannot combine it. Notice that negative 8 plus 10. The 10 is bigger, so your answer is going to be positive. 8 or 10 minus 8, should we say? It's 2, right? 2. And that is our answer. The reason why is because this one has an I, this one doesn't, so they cannot combine. So your final answer is 24i plus 2. Notice that I put the I before the constant. Whenever, doesn't matter what kind of problem you're doing, the ones with variable always go first before the ones without a variable. Okay, always your constants, that's what it is called when it's a number without a variable, goes at the end. Okay, and that's it. We solved for FOIL with ice or imaginary numbers if you want to say. Make sure you write it down on your notes. Write it all down. If you need time, pause the video. And then I'm going to give you your assignment. The assignment for today, guys, is 2 plus I times 3 minus I. That's the first one. The second one is 4 minus 2i times 1 minus 2i. Okay? Remember, guys, we have to solve for both of them. Make sure we have the I looking greater there. Make sure you solve for both of these problems as much as you can. Try to combine all the like terms. Once you're done watching the video, submit your answers, and I'll be waiting for your email.